This is Sofi Stadium, and is surrounded by controversy in the area of Inglewood. It will be the new home for the LA Rams and Chargers starting this upcoming season. Construction is 85% done. However, this new stadium has caused many social issues in Inglewood, such as rent increase, gentrification, construction, and displacement. Despite holding many sports events in the upcoming years, such as the Super Bowl, National College Championship, and Summer Olympics, the future of thousands of local residents in Inglewood is uncertain due to this new sports venue. Our story begins with African soul food restaurant owner Bonifacio Matias, who has experienced a dramatic increase in rent. In 2019, he was so close of throwing the towel. He works hard every single day to sustain his business. Although Mateo feels that his restaurant has been impacted with the construction of SoFi Stadium.
I would say yes. It affected us negatively because it's like immediately they heard that the stadium was coming up and they saw the construction coming up. The rents here, they just skyrocket. I think in my own case moved like 25 to 30% up.
Despite the increase in rent, Matias says that he will not change the prices on his menu. If he does, he will lose more customers.
Right now, I thought of doing that, but that's gonna hurt the customers. And you need the people to keep coming. Even though the rents have increased to 30 to 50%, but we can't just hike the price because it's gonna affect our customer base.
Oh, traffic's the worst. Construction's the worst. I wake up every morning dreading traffic, not knowing what street I'm gonna take just to catch the freeway, not knowing how long it's gonna take me. There's always one lane open. I don't know when I wake up in the morning, I'm not sure what lane that's gonna be. So I have to wake up every morning and take my chance of risking of being late. Even parking has affected construction. Construction has affected parking in a way that one morning, one side of the street is going to be fixed, and then the next day, the other side is going to be fixed. So not knowing even where to park the next day or the night when I come from work is the worst. I have to plan ahead just because of the construction, and sometimes they don't even let us know that construction is going to be happening. And I think that's one of the worst feelings when I wake up in the morning. They don't really announce where they're going to work at, how long they're going to work at. So construction in Inglewood has been the worst. And I think this is the worst I've ever seen it.
Ocean Kerr is the executive director of the Inglewood Tenants Union Organization. Ocean is not happy with rent control, gentrification, or displacement. He blames Mayor James Butts and the other members of his cabinet for permitting so many social problems in Inglewood.
I think Mayor Butts has shown throughout history that I've attended many council meetings, a lot of people I know have attended council meetings, and it really was a fight to even get the bogus rent control that we currently have now, which sunsets in 5 years, right? So even that argument of giving us crumbs is kind of what Butts does. So he likes to appease whoever he appeases, but I don't think until recently he even slightly cared, and I still don't think he slightly cares what the community thinks. He cares what his higher ups think of him, right? So the whole council definitely doesn't care about that, because if they cared, they would have done this a while back without any community members coming to the meetings to try to make sure that we're not kicked out, which we're still trying to do, right? We're still trying to fight back, and we are fighting back in many ways.
Costs and not pass those costs on to ratepayers that has been done for years at a time.
But the council and Mayor Butts as a total, if they saw what's happening, they know what's happening. They know more so what the development of Inglewood looks like, more so than a normal individual that lives inside Inglewood, right? They're the ones that are helping planning these developments that ultimately are going to push out a whole bunch of folks.
SoFi Stadium has created gentrification in Inglewood. Some residents are concerned that the cultural landscape in Inglewood will change the culture. Gentrification has caused residents to see more white Americans in the area. Elena Ipop, who is the executive director of Eviction Defense Network, says that gentrification will turn Inglewood into the next Santa Monica.
I think Inglewood will look a lot like Santa Monica, maybe not in 3 or 4 years, but shortly after that. And what I mean by that is Santa Monica actually had a fair amount of diversity in the 1980s. On the 3rd Street Promenade, for instance, there was a Mexican movie theater. And it was very, very common to just see Latino families walking up and down the 3rd Street Promenade. The movie theater went away. The 99-cent store went away. All the other, kind of homegrown Latino establishments went away. And now the 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica is a hipstery, upper scale, bougie white place to go hang out, right? The Latino community lost something when it lost the 3rd Street Promenade. Inglewood will go that way. Now in Santa Monica, they passed a law, one of the strongest rent control laws in the state, to stop this displacement of low-income people and low-income Latinos and low-income blacks. But 2 things. First, greed always finds a way around the law. So rich landlords will always find a way to displace people unless people stop them.
The economic impact of SoFi Stadium in Inglewood is uncertain. There is a big possibility that the new 75,000-seat stadium will remain empty for this upcoming season due to the pandemic situation of COVID-19. That means that the stadium will not only cause social issues to the local residents of Inglewood, but economic hardships to the owners of this new sports stadium.